Welcome to a one-of-a-kind edition of Marquee Backstage All Access. I'm your host, Julie Milam. As always, we are going to dive deep into the lives and music of our guests, and we'll share 5 full-length song performances, all of which were recorded at Thundersound Studios. Today we bring you a cast of characters you will never forget. We are thrilled to welcome Hurts to Laugh on Marquee Backstage All Access. Creating their eccentric sound since 2007, Hurts to Laugh has recently released their second album for Fat Elvis Records titled Mr. 1980 More. We'll have that performance for you to enjoy right here, but first let's kick things off. Here is Hurts to Laugh with Dead in the Head. What a way to start off the show. Now we're going to get a glimpse into the camaraderie of the band from the stars themselves. Together, they'll recall how each one of them became a member of the band and how they would describe their music to family and friends. And get ready for a dynamic performance of Psycho. I promise you don't want to miss it. Okay, so kick it off. Tell us about this cast of characters.
Well, I'm Cliff Cobain.
I'm Jimmy Joplin. I play drums.
I'm BB Nix, I play guitar.
I'm John Paul Moon, and I play bass, and I'm also a wizard.
So speaking of wizardry, we have huge stories to tell. So Hurts to Laugh came about in a dream.
No, it came about on the way to work.
Wow.
No, I was driving to work, and I was like rounding the bend. I was about to go to work at the burrito shop, like a good prole, and and the idea hit me. I was like, oh man, Hurts to Laugh, you know. Just thinking about that juxtaposition of like, you know, between having fun and like and pain, joy and pain, sunshine and rain. So yeah, Hurts to Laugh. I debated on the name for like, I don't know, a month or two, and I was like, it sounded real emo, you know? And I was like, but I went with it, and I was like, because it was just seemed to be the best thing, and it just kind of stuck, and so that's it.
But who can't relate to having a time that was so good that it literally hurt to laugh?
It's been a minute.
So what did you guys think when he came and was like, hey?
Be honest.
Well, my introduction to Hurts to Laugh was before I was in the band, and somebody invited me to one of their shows and gave me no background on anything whatsoever. And so I walked into the room as they were in the middle of the show, and he was used to play drums and was taking his drums off the stage and forcing people to help him put them in the middle of the crowd, like also while yelling at everyone like through a megaphone. And then I think maybe my second show was like he wore a pizza costume and was also yelling at the crowd through a megaphone like, "Who likes pizza?" And so
What says a good time?
yeah, so then when he approached me to take over drums, I mean, how could I say no?
But
Right.
Jimmy Joplin was already in the house.
Well, we've known him, for a while. So, like, yeah, I mean, it was just kind of a no-brainer. He's a super nice guy, a talented musician, and, like, who better to, help spread this propaganda to spread.
Thank you.
Yeah. Hey, to Jimmy Joplin.
To me.
Yeah.
Cheers.
I'm not drinking, so.
So tell us what you thought when Hurts to Laugh first became a part of your life.
Well,
Props.
thank you. I played with Eric in like another project, and I had kind of heard of Hurts to Laugh, like I think like through Twitter or something. But I don't know, for some reason I thought it was like some comedy thing that he did, because I just thought he was like really funny. He's like the funniest person ever. So but yeah, then I realized that no, it's very serious, and yeah. And I was like, okay. He's like, you wanna help me with guitar in this band? I'm like, yeah, sure. So.
Because it's a really good time.
Yeah.
We like to party.
But we do get serious. We know when to buckle down and
That's
strap
true.
in.
That's
yeah.
true.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you take your job seriously as entertainers and musicians, but you really do know how to have a great time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's,
So it's number one. Yeah.
Right, John Paul?
Yeah, we like to party, like Eric said.
We're a party band.
How could you say no? Right?
Why would you?
That's right. Because it hurts to laugh.
Right.
Our motto in Hurts to Laugh too is like when we're telling people about shows and they've never heard us or don't know what it's like is Hurts to Laugh. We're better than Slayer.
Yeah, true.
And so if people like Slayer, we're better than Slayer.
Proof's in the pudding, right?
So I bet you sit around and just come up with mottos and taglines.
Yeah.
Like your social media feed, what would someone be most surprised to find?
Ooh, I don't even follow our social media feed. I have no idea what's going on there.
It's like it's so toxic, dude. You don't even want to go there.
So for someone's first experience at a Hurts to Laugh show,
Well, I mean, they should know that it's gonna be it'll be good. It'll be crazy. I mean, we pull out the stops. I mean, we do the best to like deliver a raucous good time. We want people to, and if we can like manage to sneak in a little bit of like some good, a message or like let people think about the world and like what's going on. We like to get that in there as well.
I mean, it's a show too. It's not just people on stage playing music.
right?
Eric is a character. We all are kind of characters, so
You're all definitely
it's a lot of fun.
And look, twice already I've been called Eric, so let's just come clean.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, I
So-
messed up.
Way to go,
I'm
John.
sorry.
Yeah.
So Cliff Cobain is the stage
Cliff.
name. So you know what? I just feel I need to clear the air just a little bit here. So like, there's someone that's missing, and his name is Kurt Burton, and he's been a good friend of mine, and like, well, his name's Toby. My name's Eric, by the way. But like, I was inspired by Marilyn Manson, right? So like, it's like, and so we just came up with these ridiculous names, and like everybody that's associated with us that has ever played with us. Okay, so there's Darby Crash, There's another dude that played with us. His name is Stevie Ray Ramone. There's yet another, Buddy Valens. So like we've just like kind of went on this crazy tangent about all these ridiculous names. So yeah, but my real name is Eric. This is Nate. This is Sarah, and this is Sean.
Hi.
So yeah, there's that. Use this if you want to. You don't have to use it if you don't want to.
No, because this is who we are. I mean, we're really here to have a great time, to enjoy fantastic music, but to get to know who you are as characters, but as individuals as well, because it's the passion of all of you to be fantastic entertainers and musicians that makes all of us want more. That's why we come back. That's why we follow you on social media. That's why we come out to the shows. So it's the passion you have and the message that you deliver that keeps people coming back over and over again.
Thank you. I think, like part of like what's going on here is like in my sense, I just kind of like, we all struggle a little bit like with our drag, like with like what we kind of present to the world. And I think one of the things at this kind of critical juncture, in this part of the band or whatever, and we're kind of new-ish, and people are kind of taking notice. And it's like, who are we and who are we gonna be? And like, what kind of people do we want to be? And I think part of like what's going on with this band is we're still kind of discovering that, and we're just kind of discovering like what our shtick is. I mean, we all know that like we want to like rock, and we want to provide good music, and we want to like have a good time, and we want people that come to see our shows to like, feel free to be themselves and to be who they are. But I guess that's part of the question, is like, who really are we now? And like, who are we gonna become? And like, what do we want to become? So, yeah, I think the fact that we're struggling with the question, I'm struggling with the question, and like, and maybe the country is struggling with that question too. I think it's all appropriate. So yeah, I'm just best to come clean, and we have an idea who we want to be, but on the other hand, it's like, we are who we are.
And you've got to embrace it.
Do we?
I don't know anything you just said. I just completely zoned out.
Does that make sense? I don't know. Well, I guess not.
Some of it does. I don't know which parts, but some of it does.
It's gonna make sense to somebody.
Hopefully. God, I hope so.
We'll reach one
when
person.
you guys describe to family or friends, hey, I'm in this band, hurts to laugh, like, how do you describe it?
It's heavy, catchy riffs with stage performance. It's as simply as I can say it.
That's it.
Simple as I can say it.
What about you, Jimmy? I want to hear from everybody.
Probably like stoner rock, stoner metal, maybe.
Surf metal.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, surf metal.
Well, I don't really prep them for this whole
For
whole
this.
thing. Yeah, I say more like I think there's two things I say. I usually go, I have a Hurts to Laugh show tonight, and then I go, terrible band name, but it's a cool band. And then if they ask me to describe it, I think I usually say like gnarly, shreddy skater rock.
Hey, you come for the music and stay for the show.
But then I did try to explain his whole deal to somebody recently, and they kind of weren't getting it. So I took screenshots from Instagram and sent them to him later, and I think his response was just, "Oh." So
You gotta see it to believe it.
yeah, it's cool.
Is it cool?
What is cool?
Yeah.
Well, that's another good
it.
question.
What is cool? Yeah.
That is a good question. So
What is it?
I follow this thing. God, it's like, it's so wild. It's like I was all stressed, like, oh, what am I going to say? But now it's all coming to me. It's clear as mud. Jeff Grosso, he's a professional skateboarder, and he's like, skateboarding is like a big deal. Skateboarding's a big deal for me. I like to ride a skateboarder, hamburgers. I like to ride a skateboard in my spare time. And Jeff Grosso is a professional skateboarding, and he says skateboarding is never cool. Is not cool. It is not cool. So I was just like, it's just people like doing their thing, That's not cool, and we're not, and we're really not cool either. And
God, that's where you gotta stop it, right there.
We're cool, right? I felt cool before this.
Yeah.
I was runner-up for
I
prom
had
king my
moments.
senior year in high school. That was
Hold
pretty
on
cool.
to that. Hang on to that.
Yeah.
well, like cool is subjective, and cool Cool is something that's like conferred upon you. It's not something necessarily that you can take upon yourself. It's like cool is something that like other people will say about you. And it's a treacherous, slippery slope, dude. It's like as soon as you start believing it, it's like weird because you got to believe it because you got to go out there and sell it and be like, hey guys, we hurt to laugh and we run. You know, all that. But then on the other hand, there is like, you know, like, is this really like real? Is this like really, is it real? Who knows? It's a hall of mirrors. It's a hall of mirrors. It's a house of cards. It's all a lie.
Mr. 1980 more for president.
No duh.
Edwin McCain for president.
Edwin McCain for president,
If
please.
nothing else comes out of today, we know that
Edwin McCain should run for president. You know, that was part of the shtick too. I've been telling people at the shows, it's like I'm running for president. Cliff Cobain, Mr. 1980 More, is running for president. He's Big Brother. He's larger than life, and you know he's the best. He is the best. I have the best words. I have the best knowledge. I know everything. I do really.
And your band is bigger than Slayer.
And my band is bigger.
and better.
Better than Slayer.
You can slay better than Slayer.
We can slay better than Slayer.
That was Psycho by Hurts to Laugh. If you want more music and would like to keep in touch with these mischievous characters, make sure to follow them on social media at Hurts to Laugh Rules or visit their website at hurtstolaugh.com. Up next, Cliff Cobain shares his musical influences and the writing process he goes through for all of his songs. And right after our chat, we'll have the energetic sounds of Feel It Now. Eric, music played a really big role in your life when it comes to finding out who you truly are.
Yeah.
So, how do you want to connect with your audience, especially when there are young music lovers who are really still trying to figure out themselves and the type of music that they connect to?
Well, I think that I just want people to, you know, the only thing I can do is just kind of like lead by an example, I suppose, or just like maybe set some kind of example. And really, I just want people to, you know, that come to our shows to feel like they can be themselves. You know, I just want people to understand that they're good enough, you know, that they're cool enough, or even if they're not cool, that they can, you know, they can participate, they can be a part of it, they can make art their own as well, you know, and make their own art.
So what was the first artist that you saw live or listened to where you're like, you know what, I really connect with the lyrics or the stage presence?
Well, I mean, yeah, the first band that really mattered to me was probably like Metallica. That was probably like the first band that really mattered. You know, he's like a redheaded dude, you know, and he's like a doodly dude, you know, James Hetfield or whatever. So yeah. So like, yeah, I identified pretty strongly with that. You know, I thought the lyrics were really cool. I thought like, you know, they're talking about some serious issues and stuff. And like, so yeah, I mean, so Metallica was kind of like the first thing that really like, you know, like turned me on. So
where did you take your love of music from there? Because obviously Metallica would lead you to similar styles of music.
Yeah, I mean, if we're talking about like influences, like, you know, I mean, moving into like other, you know, hard rock bands, I guess like Fugazi was one that I might have mentioned before. Gosh, there was like this whole thrash metal thing that was going on in the late 80s and early 90s that was really cool. You know, but then I picked up on like all the alternative music like Nirvana and stuff. And so there's just this kind of like this progression, this thread that goes on of just like people that didn't really seem to fit in anywhere, like at school or at work or what have you. And, you know, I don't know, it just kind of felt like the only thing they really had to do that was rewarding to them was, you know, create music, to, you know, to make art, to draw pictures and do all that kind of stuff. And so, you know, what, I don't know, like what kind of future is in that, who knows? But I don't suppose that really matters. I mean, it's just really about doing what you love and being, you know, trying to just connect that part of yourself to the world one way or another.
Well, and I think that applies outside of music as well. You love to skate. You know, are there younger skaters that have come up to you and go, man, I really dig your style, or can you teach me this? Same thing with music. There are people that hear your music or come to your shows and really want to talk to you one-on-one and say, you've inspired me.
Right. Well, as far as skateboarding goes, I'm terrible at skateboarding. So like no one's coming up to me and saying, oh man, you're really good, I want to be like you. That doesn't happen. I did have a good experience like a long time ago when I was in college. I played in a band and there was a young lady that came up after our show and was like, I play drums too, and was excited about, you know, seeing a band at the record store, you know. And so you know, that moment was like a real kind of confirmation moment to a 22-year-old guy. You know, it's like, okay, this is something that like people enjoy and it's cool and it's like it's worth doing, you know.
When I push you to think about your music from the listener's perspective, does that jar you for a second? Because when you write and you perform music, you're in your own head, you're doing it for your own enjoyment and hope to entertain others. But when I tell you, hey, I want you to see the impact that you have on the audience, when you think about it from the other perspective, does it feel different?
Yeah, it does. I mean, because like when I write songs, you know, many times like, you know, I write songs like on the sofa and I'm like with an acoustic guitar, and they kind of come from a place of like, you know, of escape or like hurt or, you know, pain or whatever. And so they're all just go, and then I think, nobody wants to listen to that. So I try to, no one wants to listen to me moping and like whatever. So I try to like interpret it, arrange the songs, arrange the music in a way that is like more upbeat, maybe more positive, or at least more danceable, you know, at least more danceable. So yeah, I mean, on one hand, it's like there is an ear to the audience, you know, like what I think might be cool, or what they might want to hear, or what maybe might be appropriate. But then on the other hand, by and large, like 80% of it, you know, is coming from in here somewhere in this process of like trying to work through my feelings and reacting to like what might be going on in the world and just all that. So.
And that's where you connect with the audience, because there are so many other people doing the exact same thing, feeling the same things, thinking the same things. And when they hear it come through in your lyrics or during your show, it's an instant connection where they just want more.
Well, thank you. I mean, that's the hope, at least. You know, it's like I don't know that. I mean, like sitting on the sofa, you know, in front of the silent TV, you know, and just like strumming my chords or whatever. It's like, yeah, who's gonna know? Who cares? It's, you know, but then like you go and you play a song and people show up, and like over a course of time more and more people show up, or then you get invited to do cool things like this, and like people are like, well, this is really neat, like this was interesting. And then, you know, so like we're just kind of in this whole thing of discovery, and like it's neat to see people, you know, it's cool to see people interested in like what's going on, and relating to some of the stuff that I was, you know, feeling on my own in my, you know, small apartment or studio or whatever. So.
Well, we're celebrating uniquely you.
Thank you. Thank you.
We'd like to invite you to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Marquee Backstage, where you will find all of our televised episodes and extra content with our guests. You can also follow us on social media at Marquee Backstage for upcoming guests, more music, and behind-the-scenes shenanigans. We'll have one final chat with Cliff Cobain as we let our wildest dreams loose on what would be the dream bill for Hurts to Laugh and what he hopes people will experience during a Hurts to Laugh show. And what we've all been waiting for, Hurts to Laugh performs their latest release, Mr. 1980 More, right here on Marquee Backstage All Access.
Eric, what's next for Hurts to Laugh?
We have a new record coming out on Fat Elvis Records. It's for the song Mr. 1980 More. That's what's happening. We've got some shows coming up in the next few weeks that we're going to do with a band called American Goon. It's a side project of one of the guys from Blackfoot Gypsies. Yeah, like I don't know.
Never heard of them.
I know. Has anyone? There's a few people out there that have. We actually were trying to get them on a show on another thing, and then it's a big convoluted deal. Anyways, but
it's a whole thing.
We made it work. And we're going to do some shows, and it's going to be cool.
So, what do you feel is the mecca for Hurts to Laugh? Like, where's the top for you?
The mecca. I mean, that kind of connotes a place. That just makes me think of San Francisco. San Francisco. I mean, that's like a great spot. I don't know. We've played in San Francisco a couple times. Would love to go back and play and skate the skate parks, and that would be fun. But as far as we'd like to just be on the road. We'd like to be working. We'd like to be doing our thing and just playing for audiences and doing what we do. That's pretty much the long and short of it.
All right, so your dream bill and your dream location, who are you playing with?
Well, like right off the top of my head, we'd have to be like the Yeah Yeah Yeahs. I think that would be pretty funny. Monotonics would be freaking unreal. You can bring them back. Oh my gosh. So Monotonics was crazy. They would do like this floor show, they would play they wouldn't even play on stage. They'd just play among the audience, and they would crowd surf their drum set. They would all be crowd surfing. It was great. I got to see them 2 or 3 times. One at a small bar in Nashville, another one at Exit In Nashville, a bigger spot. But they went on to open for Primus. And
Sailing the Seas of Cheese.
And they they did their whole shtick, and I think it was in Buenos Aires or Argentina, or I can't remember where it was, or Brazil or something. But anyway, that was a big deal. And then they broke up, so too bad. And then Fugazi. Oh my God, bring them back. Yeah, that would be awesome.
All in San Francisco.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
Take me back to San Francisco.
Such an unlikely bill.
No, you know what? That's where you shoot for. That is the goal, and now our job is to help you get there.
Thank you. Yeah, let's do it. Let's rock.
The description of the Monotonic show really makes me feel like a Hurts to Laugh show a little bit.
Well, we certainly pulled from that idea. Just the spontaneity of it all. There's how. It's really sweaty and hot and and super aggressive and just in your face and we really do want to encourage crowd participation. We want people to just kind of get into it and get fired up, get stoked.
Well, and become a part of the show, and you can't help but be immersed in your music when you are in the presence of Hurts to Laugh.
You're very kind. Thank you, but. We just want people to have a good time. We want people to be able to express themselves and feel free to be the people that they are. Cool or not cool or whatever. Who cares? It's just come out here, be yourself, do your thing, and just kind of let yourself go to
own it.
To express yourself.
Love it, and you guys did exactly that.
Thank you.
Can't wait to see more.
Yeah, well, that's what we do.
Here we go.
We'd like to thank our friends at Thunder Sound Studios for allowing us to film our show from their fully equipped analog and digital recording studio complex in Franklin, Kentucky. For more information about Thunder Sound, please visit thundersound.com or follow them on social media at Thunder Sound Studio. Next week on Marquee Backstage All Access, we're bringing you the dynamic Americana sounds of Whiskey Wolves of the West. We hope you've had a great time today and enjoyed the extravagant sounds of Hurts to Laugh. And now to close our show, here is Hurts to Laugh with one more, This is Lonely Sounds. I'm your host, Julie Milam, and I'll meet you here next week for more Marquee Backstage All Access.
Around town, maybe I should go out. I'll get a drink and dance. Maybe I'll make a new friend. I hate it either way. The nightmare never ends. Oh, 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 oh. I feel safe right now. Drinks are low. I'm doing well now. Maybe this could be home. I'll hang with Lucifer. Yeah, she's my new best friend. Please give my news to her.